Hello, 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 humanity. It's the wee hours of Monday morning, and the old lady is coming to you. Yep, nothing's new, nothing's new. Still running late, not feeling good. Same old, right? I hope you had a wonderful weekend and things are moving fast and wonderful for you this Monday morning. With that being said, I didn't. Once again, I didn't cook anything. I didn't even have the strength, humanity, But I did have, yes, indeed. I had some lofty expectations. Once again, I purchased a Parmesan cauliflower soup, and it was delicious. I didn't eat all of it, but I managed to save some of it. I want to try to mimic it, but I don't have any sour cream, so I'm going to hold off on that. And I want to try it without the Parmesan. I love Parmesan cheese, make no mistake about it, but sometimes it gets to be a little bit too salty for me. And this soup, it was wonderful with the Parmesan in it. It had just a hint, just enough not to be too salty, but I could tell, just one little pinch more and it would have been too salty. So I want to try a different version of it without the Parmesan cheese and maybe with something else. But anyway, with that being said, humanity, it's Monday, and you're in a very wonderful position. You're coexisting with over 7 or 8 billion of your brothers and sisters. I know. You'll loan them some of your love for the coexistence until they come around. But anyway, with that being said, humanity, I'm going to give you another repeat since I didn't get a chance to cook anything. It's there on the channel, and if I did manage to put it on the channel, I'm going to give it to you real quick because remember, I'd never give you anything that I hadn't at least tried myself, whether I liked it or not. But anyway, I wanted to give you this Monday morning, if you could meal prep or maybe do it later on, however you want to do it, because remember the variety. We want to try to keep with the variety. It's very important. A lot of you may be with me. You're still in that reckless phase. You still got too much reckless and not enough of the eating lifestyle back intact, or you're just getting it intact. But slowly but surely, you'll get there. You got your brothers and sisters behind you and on the side of you. We know all too well, with reckless and with reckless out, we'll get home. We have to take the long way home, unfortunately, but we'll get home. So anyway, with this recipe, humanity, you're only going to take 1 can of chickpeas. You're going to wash and you're going to pulse them, or you're going to mash them. I usually just mash them with a fork. I rinse, pour them in a plate, take a fork and just mash them all up, but you may not have that time. You may not even want to. You can simply put them in a blender's cup and pulse them. You don't want them mushy. You don't want them, just you just want them pulsed. You want them looking like, just looking like they've been mashed. And you can do that in your blender's cup. You don't have to do that with a fork. But anyway, so you take that after you've pulsed your chickpeas, you pour them in a bowl, and then you're going to put in 2 tablespoons of salt. 2 tablespoons of garlic pepper, 2 tablespoons of onion pepper, a fourth of a teaspoon of black pepper. Remember, we've talked about the spoons countless times. The larger of the spoons is a tablespoon. The smaller of the spoons is the teaspoon. And you're going to take a fourth of a teaspoon of black pepper. And then you're going to go in with maybe about a tablespoon or two of your favorite cheese, plant-based, if you'd like. So that way you'll get that glue effect, that adhesive effect. And then you're going to go in with 1/4 cup chopped onions, 1/4, maybe about a tablespoon of tomatoes, and that's optional if you want to. And then 2 tablespoons of wing sauce. That's optional too if you want your zesty burgers. And you're going to go in with a lot of paprika. So it may sound like it's a lot, but the 3 tablespoons of paprika is going to cause the chickpeas to mimic a ground beef color somewhat. And then you're going to go in with 1/4 cup of oat flour. Remember, don't get stressed out if you don't have oat flour. Remember, you can just get you some oats, put it in the blender's cup, blend it for maybe about 2 minutes, and it'll turn into flour. And you're gonna take 1/4 cup of that, and you put that in your in your mixture, and you're gonna mix all that up. A lot of times individuals they may use an egg, but I generally don't use an egg. I use maybe about 1/4 of a cup of water, and you can see if that works for you. And then you're going to do a pinch of salt, of course. And then let's see, I think that's it. Oh, and your chicken flour, remember that gives it that extra taste, extra flavor. I don't know if you all are having trouble finding your chicken flour, but if you do, don't worry about it. Just get a bouillon cube and just mash it into powder, and just use 1 tablespoon of the chicken bouillon, or maybe you'll prefer beef. Who knows? But just 1 tablespoon is good because it can be kind of salty, and um, remember the personalization and the customization is key. If you have other ingredients that are salt free and you feel like, you want to try it, go on, try it. I may even venture to say you can maybe instead of 1 tablespoon of cheese, you can do two, because, you want, when you get ready, after you stir everything up and they're formed into patties, you want as much adhesive as possible. So you can put in one more tablespoon of, 1 more tablespoon of cheese. And then you know what, I'm venturing to think, maybe 1/4 cup of water is too much. So just pour your when you pour your water in, don't pour it in at all at one time. Pour it in maybe half, and then see if your burgers, if your mixture is it moves well, but it's not runny, because if it's runny, it's not going to form a burger. And so stir it with your hand or stir it with a spoon maybe 2 times, and then see what the formation looks like. Maybe even test it. Pull out maybe about 2 tablespoons, and just see if it forms into a burger without being runny. If you get to where it's runny, you're going to have problems. You're probably going to ruin your recipe, because it won't form and it won't stick. But anyway, with that being said, you're going to grease your get your pan spray, or maybe 1/4 cup of some type of oil on a non-stick skillet, and you're going to put that in the skillet, let it warm for maybe about a minute, and then you'll take your and be sure not to put too much oil, because that too will ruin your burger as well. And you'll form your patties, and then you'll put maybe three or four. Don't overcrowd, because that'll take away from your cooking. The way the burgers will cook. And after you brown them on each side for maybe 7 or 8 minutes, take them out. And if you have any more extra mixture, you're going to form those into patties as well. And after you've done that, then you're going to place that to the side, and then you're going to make your mock almond gravy. And it's really, really simple, humanity, and it's effortless, and it's good. If you have any leftovers or anything within the skillet, leave that in there. And I know that sounds kind of weird if you've never made gravy, but it gives it that extra burst of flavor. So leave that in there, and then put in, if you're using coconut oil, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. If you're not using coconut oil, if you're using vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. And you're going to let that stick in the skillet for maybe not even quite a minute. And then you're going to pour in 2 tablespoons of almond flour, or you're going to do 2 tablespoons of oat flour, however you want to do it. And then a half of a cup of onions. And then you're going to, take your fork and, just scoot it around the skillet until it turns brown, until the flour turns brown. Don't let it burn, just let it brown. And once it browns, that should take maybe about 2 or 3 minutes, maybe not even that long. Then you're going to pour in a half a cup of water, and that's going to give you a gravy. It should start looking like gravy immediately. And you can put in 1 tablespoon of paprika, and you can put in 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, a pinch of salt, 2 tablespoons of onion powder and 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, and you let that simmer for maybe not even a good maybe about 5 or 6 minutes. And the thicker, if you want your gravy to be a whole lot thicker, just go in with 1/4 teaspoon more of either oat flour or the almond flour, and the flour thickens your gravy. If you find yourself you've gone too far, just add water, either add one or add the other to get the consistency that you want. And then to accompany that, I usually do a mock mashed potato. And all you're going to do is take your cauliflower florets. You get your half a cauliflower, take it, wash it, cut it, the florets, cover the water and let it boil for maybe 12 minutes. Take it out and drain it. And if you have a cheesecloth, or if you have a dishcloth that has never been used, or even just use just a big wad of paper towels, squeeze the cauliflower and get all of that water out, and put that over in your bowl. And then take maybe about I want to say maybe about a half of a teaspoon, a half of a cup of sour cream. Put that over in the bowl, and then you're going to take 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, a pinch of salt, a fourth of a teaspoon of black pepper. That's optional because that's going to show in your mashed potatoes. And then all you're going to do is either take a spoon and you're going to whip that until it looks like a mashed potato, or either you can take your mixer and blend it for maybe about a second. If you find yourself, if it's too watery, you're probably going to have to boil more cauliflower, because it should mimic almost to the T mashed potatoes. And so then you have your mashed potatoes, your gravy, and then you have your burgers as well. So anyway, with that being said, humanity, yeah, the old lady, I have to go. It's again. I'm running late and I don't feel good. But I wonder how many of you, it's Monday morning and some of you are dragging, and some of you are dragging not because you're tired, or some of you are dragging because you had an awesome weekend and you just really, really, really outdid yourself. I'm hoping that it's more of you than those of us that, it's the exact opposite. We're drained from either issues and circumstances, or, we're just tired of things that we would prefer they just not be there. How about that? And we're trying to do the necessary, and then some of us are not doing anything because we're tired. But anyway, I was looking at something, and two terms kept rising up in this podcast that I was listening to, and they were talking about pretending, and they were talking about make believe, and I just thought about the word pretentious as it relates to your brothers and sisters walking behind you and walking in front of you and walking on the side of you, and make believe. And I was thinking that there are those that really do. They can wake up in the morning and they have the luxury of pretending, and pretending cannot be such a bad thing. However that goes, if it stays healthy with you, it is what it is. But there are some of us, the old lady, and some of your brothers and sisters walking in front of you and behind you. The word pretense and make believe, we can't quite fit that in voluntarily. When we start thinking about some of the things that we're dealing with, the hurt quotient brings